Welcome to PCG Grace Congregation Community 11 Tema. It's been amazing 38 years, and today I have with me in the studio wonderful guests that I would want them to introduce themselves. So we'll start from the ladies first, right?
I'm Rosemary Na Adaisai.
Great,
And I'm Mark Atamensa.
wonderful. So we are talking about music and tech in the church. So far, so good. I would want to know when you joined the church and the roles you've played so far.
I joined this church in 1996. Yeah, so that's about 29 years, I think. Yeah. So when I joined, so my case was a bit not like the usual.
Okay.
When I came, I was supposed to be in JY, but the church I was before coming here, I was in the church choir. So when I went to JY, I realized it's not. I didn't seem to fit.
Okay.
So the following Sunday, I didn't go there again. I joined the adult service right from then.
You graduated yourself.
Of course. So I had a cousin who was in singing band at the time.
Yeah.
So she encouraged me to join the singing band. I didn't go to the church choir. So I was in the singing band for some time. And then I joined Echoes as well. So those were the two groups that I joined right from the beginning. And I actually followed her to join YPG as well. But I wasn't up to the YPG age at the time. So those were the three groups I was in. For singing band, I left after a couple of years, and that was because their meeting days were the same for both singing band and Echoes, and it was a bit draining for me, so I had to choose between the two. So I chose Echoes and left singing band.
Wow.
For singing band, I was a secretary for I think 2 consecutive years. In Echoes, I have been the president twice, and right now, as we speak, I don't hold any position. In YPG, I held some positions as well, but now I'm more of available but not available. So
Okay.
I don't want to hold any positions, but in as much as I can, I do what I need to do in the church.
That is great.
Yeah.
Yes, veteran, papa. Please, let's hear from you too.
Yes, take 20 years out of the number of years she's been in this church, and then the remaining 9 is how long I've been here. 2016 November. That is when the journey started.
Mm.
Recounting my engagement with our late friend, brother Ebenezer Owusu, of blessed memory. He was my student actually at Fountainhead, and we acquainted, as friends and as fellow Presbyterians, and our love for music, especially contemporary style, caught his attention, and he invited me to come and assist. Initially, it was an impending throne of grace, and so I was traveling in from Accra occasionally to, engage with the group. 2017 was when I moved finally officially into the church because I had relocated to some part of Tema, what they
Okay.
call New Subripo. So, yeah, my first position here has been a music director since then till date. Other roles I have played in this church has been, which most people might not know, is a Bible study leader at some point.
Okay.
But there were many hands, so I reviewed voluntarily. I've gotten myself involved down the line currently as an elder of the church.
Asafo
My
Penny.
second term as a penny senior kind of president. And then,
So
basically
you've actually held some positions.
yes,
But Muturi Namu, you're veterans,
9 and 20 years. I don't think I come anywhere close.
But you're trying. So this actually brings me to the next question. You started with tech in the church, literally. Not like we didn't have it before, but initially we didn't have social media and church. I think it started with you, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Did it start with you?
I
And
guess,
how has it been so far?
I guess what you're trying to find out is how this all happened.
Yeah.
So I entered this church and I was amazed at the technological infrastructure that was at the disposal of the church. Sadly enough, to the best of my knowledge and experience, I don't think they were being put to the fullest of use. Of course, technology is my background as a computer scientist across all my degrees and my profession and career.
Okay.
So it comes natural to identify with these solutions. I'm just devoted to leverage this um, resources as far as technology is concerned to support the church in the right best possible way. And, all the 5 televisions hoisted in the church with a video mixer, um, very little needed to be added on, and we will be live. Yes, and so I just literally came to put them to use with little or not much needed to be added. Yes, of course, I came to meet a team. There were a lot of requirements that could essentially get things done. But then where I fill in the gap was, the possibility of using, say, phone over Wi-Fi to capture videos and transmitting them, taking away, capturing cutaways, how we can leverage minimal equipment to capture sound and cleanly and send online. It became much more profound in 2020 when COVID struck, and we still needed to send a message across. And it has been pretty much a gradual progress. In fact, one of the things I would highlight, since we are talking about tech and the music, one of the goals I set out at the time, Rose was an executive of Echoes, and they really did support me in this direction. We used to hire equipment during Throne of Grace.
Oh, yes, it's true.
But the last Throne of Grace, I'm happy to say that aside from microphones that we rented, or that one we didn't. Yes, we didn't.
We had most
We,
of the
did, we,
things.
we used every equipment from the church without renting.
Oh, that's
So
great.
it's been a gradual process, and that's where we are at now.
Wow. Thank you. So let me come back to you. Singing. So what keeps you going? You've kept the passion alive so many years. Then Tina, still you want to sing, you want to be part of Echoes. If I'm not if I'm not getting the whole thing wrong, I would say you may be the long serving member of Echoes and a longest car. And our senior citizens in
Oh, they're older people.
Older people. Uncle
They're
Martin,
older people I came to meet.
Okay.
Yeah, I came to meet some older people. Some of them are still around, some are not.
Okay. But I
Because
mean,
of-
with you, 20 something and you're still there,
yes.
I think. So what is keeping you alive there?
For me, I think my passion is all about when I think about the fact that it's a gift God gave me. It's not something I learned from school or acquired any other way. So when God gives you a gift and it's something you should work with, help other people also benefit from it. So that is why I think that I don't know what will make me stop singing.
Oh,
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know what will make me stop singing because sometimes I find it difficult to pray, but I don't find it difficult to sing. So when singing is something that I almost always fall to, I don't see how I will lose it. Yeah, I may not be using it as much as I should. That I accept, but as much as possible, I don't think singing is something I'll stop doing. I'll continue doing it.
amen.
Yeah.
Please help me say amen.
Amen.
Okay, so now let's come back to you.
Mm.
When you come to church, there are people who can't sing, but they would want to donate.
Yeah.
How is that part? Bramak, they want to donate equipment to help us carry the service live to those who can't make it here. So far, so good. How has the donations been helping? And are you still calling on people to bring in things? Today is the opportunity. When your opportunity,
Well, it's good you've mentioned this. Let me seize this opportunity to acknowledge Dr. and Mrs. Abibio. This couple have been an of immense blessing to this congregation before my time and during my time with this church. All the speakers we are listening in from this chapel were donated by them single-handedly. The TVs we have in the chapel to date were donated by them. I'm speaking of the musical equipment alone.
Wow.
Today, Grace Congregation can boast of a Mode X Yamaha Mode X8 plus keyboard and a Nord keyboard in a Presbyterian church.
Mm.
If that has been possible, it's because of these couple. They've been of tremendous help, investing hundreds of thousands of Ghana cedis into the musical equipment. But the goal is still far fetched. They say Oliver always asks for more. And so I usually don't make appeal in just the music production. I double in two departments, audio visual. In my earlier submission, you asked about my tech influence as far as the church is concerned. And so we have still need in the area of speakers. I don't have full coverage. Choir don't hear themselves. The leaders on the stage, elders who sit on the stage don't hear themselves adequately. We are using makeshift solutions to drive sound, and it has its own constraints, unnecessary feedback here and there. But if we had these wedge monitors tailored for these sitting areas, that would have been of great help. In fact, the dream is to drive the front of house speakers up so that we have line arrays adequately spreading the sound evenly across the chapel. That costs huge sums of money. I know Dr. Babu would love to support this, but from where I stand, he has really done his part.
Thank you. Thank you, mommy and daddy. We are grateful. If you want to support, please come and support us. We want the place, when you come to church, we want you to be excited so that even if you don't come here and you are online, you can enjoy it, right?
Yes.
Great. So, would you say how we worship has changed over the years because of the musical aspect? Because tete basil for no,
Yeah.
na mode of worship no, a different kakra, ebe sisi a meboa.
Yeah.
Now we have online and other things. First, no kwebi betimi abɔ mo nsam na ɔmo ayɛ wi. So how do you think, even though it has improved, are we still holding on to our legacy in terms of musical aspect of the church?
I think that time na yewo asori dan ketewa no, yewo ye dan we echi no. We didn't have some of the things we have now, but we still enjoyed service. It's like being content with what you have at that time. But of course, as he said, Oliver Twist will always ask for more. Everything that will make life better, make the service more exciting, as you put it, and more worship friendly, is always welcome. Yeah, but so we have grown. We have really grown because about the presby hymn, I want to mean to a presby, sorry them. But even if you've noticed, when we use presby hymns for praises, you see the response.
Yeah.
And when we are singing English songs, like the contemporary English songs, so who said they are not so tier. And not to me said the youth are more drawn to those ones, whilst the older folks still prefer the hymns or the tree songs or the local language songs. And you know, as much as possible, no, as already you know, we are trying very much to merge the two. To me, yeah, they be suiting penny phone kwa. As Rebecca say youth need fear, sorry, no, because they would go to maybe charismatic churches where they allow them to express themselves more,
Yes.
you know, because Presby has a solemn way of worship. You won't come and dance and jump in front like it will be allowed in other churches. But what we do here still allows you to dance even in your pews,
Yeah.
unless you don't want to do it.
That's true.
So those things are like it's actually it would definitely enhance service. The
Yeah.
improvement that has come would enhance service.
Enhance
As Mark
it.
said, we still need more because I visited. I went for a funeral recently at a church in Dansoman. If not for me being in there, I would have said that the people singing were not even Ghanaians.
Really
The sound alone,
top notch.
it was on a different level. And then when I thought about my church, I was like, okay,
Kakakra.
I don't know how long it's taking them to get where they are, so I can't just compare immediately. But I wish and I pray that we'll also get there. Because the sound we hear, sometimes when you're in church and you get the interferences, you see the way we squeeze our
It's
faces. You
true.
hear some loud noise and some noise that is not wanted. I'm sure, as Mark has mentioned, all those terms he used, I can't repeat them because I don't even know what they are. If we get those things, we'll definitely get there. So hopefully, when we do get there, we'll have a better appreciation of this whole musical thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So, Bramak, would you have something?
Yeah, I'll make it quite brief. The reality of the fact is, I'll use myself as an example. Until, in fact, even as of now, I think I've improved in terms of the music, kind of music I listen to. I used to back in the day have like 20 gig of foreign gospel. and less than 5 gig of local tracks.
Okay.
That tells you where the world has gotten to. Of course, now in the dispensation of several music streaming platforms, I have stopped storing these things. I just subscribe and listen to them. Times have changed, so we are moving to the contemporary flow. We've received compliments from some church members. Occasionally, people have told us that the ministration we delivered was all they needed for that particular Sunday. So it is not about taste and preference. It is about the times we find ourselves and how we want people to be able to freely express and worship God in the various forms. So, yes, we have a bit of a challenge because the Presby Church has a tradition. We have people all the way from children's service to men's fellowship, people in their late 80s, 70s. And so we can understand that we still have a generation that identifies with the old methods and a generation that is more contemporary.
Okay.
But as a music group, we try our best to sit in the middle. We will try to at least sing an account song, even if we do two English songs.
Yes.
Yeah, but those challenges are real. But fortunately, the church is catching on in bits. So we can say for a Presby church, a Basel Mission church, we are making progress over the last 38 years.
That is great. So, as we celebrate 38 years, moving forward, what do you want to see change in the musical and the tech aspect of the church? 38 years. So, right now, we are not going back, we are moving forward. What legacy are we leaving behind for the younger generation in terms of music and tech in the church?
I think that if you take a human being who is 38 years, the person is quite grown. But of course, the person is not perfect.
Yes.
So it's constant advancement or constant learning or learning and relearning. So for the past 38 years, I think that things we have gone through that we think is not too beneficial for the church or it doesn't help church growth, we reduce those things, those that would help. Just like recognizing that we are in an era where the youth are also vocal
Yeah.
in church activities and church programs. So let's not be so fixed on doing things Presby way, which is not bad in itself. But SSA to meet here,
Yes,
Mmeranteɛ no
yes, it's
mbabaawa
same.
no so ɛreka.
Yes, it's same na
Aha.
suit you.
Just give them the listening ear.
Great.
Wotie deɛ ɔka na sɛ biribi a wobɛtumi de ahyɛ mu a, then you add it.
Yeah.
If it's not possible, you explain to them, oh, yɛbɛtumi ayɛ ne sei, so that you also benefit from it. And
Yes.
yeah,
That's
but
great.
not to dismiss the youth because we are in a technological world. A lot has changed. Right from COVID, we are always online.
Yes.
For marriage ceremonies, for funerals, for our church service evenings, we are online.
All you need is data.
Data.
Great.
And a phone that is, So as we are growing, I think it's important that we always remember we are not where we were. We are heading towards somewhere.
Okay.
We would have challenges, but we should make the effort to listen to sites. Our adults are there. They're always giving us advice. Listen to the children as well. Those we claim are children, but are not children like that. Yeah, we listen to them as well. And I
great.
think that this church has actually grown. At least for me, since the back building to this place to how far we have come. I'm really happy I'm here.
Okay.
I
Great.
know that for Echoes, for instance, marriage, work, school have taken people away from the
Yeah.
church. And it's a normal thing. Every church kind of experiences that where you have members reducing for various reasons. Of course, somebody decide that somebody insulted me or made a comment I didn't like, so I've stopped. I think that those people, their issue is a different one. But people who genuinely are not able to come because of work, relocation, home issues, and then marriage, especially for the females.
They can still join.
Yeah.
Online.
They
So
can
we
join
even
online.
have some of our people in the diaspora who is
Yeah,
like
they
who
still
still
join
join online.
Even here now, we have people who live all the way Dowenya Pram, but they still come to church.
Because
It's not
of
because
tech, you
there's
know.
no, I mean they actually are physically present in church. If
And
they
I'm
can't
saying
come,
that
they
it's
do what they're
because of
online.
tech that we have introduced in the church.
Mhm.
And kayeni online Untumi enjoy.
Ntumi join, yes.
Nka
And
na ɛno nso so asi wo ne Nyankopɔn
yeah.
kwan kakra.
Nti no nneɛma no bi wɔ a yɛde hyehyɛ mɛboa. Ɛboa. We should acknowledge the things that also pose as challenge to us, and
So that
then
we can work on them to
yes.
improve.
not to be too stuck on one thing as if it has to be this way.
Okay.
But we should see how we manage whatever challenge we have and then fix it.
Okay. So as we modify things to suit the younger generation, we are still preserving our legacy.
Of course.
So Bramak final words.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. The church has made progress over the past year. We've been making effort to support the junior youth all the way down to the adults. Equipment has been procured. Of course, it's just arrived not too long ago. In the past, there was attempt to train. There was a pause. It's been resumed in a different form, but hopefully, at least the leadership is catching on. But we are not there yet.
Okay.
We need the continuous support from the leadership. We understand that it is not their domain, and as long as they can hear something, they assume that everything should be fine. But what will keep the generation in here? Let's do our possible best to create an atmosphere where they can continue to deliver. We have not arrived, but we have made
We are on our way.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you so much. It's been amazing having you. And 38 years. So this time we are going to say hip, hip, hip. You say hooray. Hip, hip, hip,
Hooray!
hip, hip, hip.
Hooray!
Thank you so much. We are grateful that
for
you were able
Thank
to
you too.
join us.